Welcome everyone. Hey, today we're going to be heading north into Muskegon County. Found some trails through Gaia Maps that we've been using online lately. We'll share some of that info throughout the video here today. Going to be a great day on the trails, nice and sunny, spring Michigan day. So come along for the ride.
Welcome back to another episode of Skinner's Outdoor Adventures, where we head out and discover what this great state of Michigan has to offer, from every highway to every back road we travel. Here we're heading north on 31 towards Grand Haven. We're going to meet up with our friends Matt and Suzanne along the way so we can head over towards Fremont to catch the trails that we'll be going on today. Once we met up with our friends Matt and Suzanne, we headed towards Fremont. Here's the layout and maps of our trip of the day, where we head up north for our end destination up in the Ward Hills area by McCarthy Lake. Here's where we caught the trails just outside of Fremont. We found the trails to be in pretty decent shape. Some mud, some rocks, some dust, just all around just a really decent trail. It wasn't all tore up, but did have some technical stuff for us to play around in. Here's our first kind of big water hole of the day that we got into. Wasn't too deep or anything, but we did run into some other people coming at us on the trails too, doing the same thing we were doing. One trying to practice our social distancing, but trying to enjoy ourselves at the same time. Most of our trip will be in the Manistee National Forest. One nice thing the National Forest does is label all the roads in the National Forest area. Depending on the orientation of the numbers on the markers determines if the trail is designed for high clearance vehicles or low clearance vehicles. traveling in the Manistee National Forest, you will notice the straight rows of pine trees planted. These were planted by the CCC back during the Great Depression and just shows you can find some sort of history in every corner of this state. In this area, we noticed at some point there was a very devastating fire which burned a huge amount of acres. This definitely changed the landscape and is still very noticeable now.
Shut up and sit down.
Well, good morning, everyone. Hey, after our big trip yesterday, we kind of got in late last night, so I thought I'd give you a walk around and see what kind of damages we got ourselves into yesterday. Some of the video that you've seen earlier, we actually had water all the way up to the bottom of the doors, had a little water inside where we actually had to back out of a hole because we weren't going to protrude any farther because we didn't know if it was going to get deeper or not. So that's kind of some of the deepest water we've been in so far with it. We're on 112 miles yesterday in about 7.5 hours on the trails. Had a really good time with our friends Matt and Suzanne came along with us in their green Jeep there. Been itching to get out and get around with all this COVID-19 stuff going on and the quarantine and everything else happening. We're actually able to get out and enjoy ourselves for a little while. Trails were a little muddy in places, dusty in a lot of places. Good variety of trails up that way. First time we've ever been over in that area riding those trails, so it was a good time. Nothing was really rough. Had some technical stuff we got through, but all in all, had a really good time. Really good time out on the trails yesterday. Really like that a little bit better than I do the Baldwin trails. The Baldwin trails get kind of tore up from all the traffic on them. We know, we got our quad friends. They all love riding over there and ripping around, but for rigs like this, it gets a little rough. So I think that's what we're going to start doing, is exploring some more of these back forest roads up that way. Shout out to Gaia Maps. We've been using them a little bit. Subscribe to them now. Really great program. Inside, I got it from my iPad, and we map everything out of that. And being maps, we actually access forest stuff, the forest road number. You know where we're at. I have, but through Gaia Maps, you can use just in the GPS coordinates, and it will register through Gaia Maps that way. So you can still see, as long as you download everything at home before you go out on the trails, you can see what you're doing and where you're at on the maps. It also does work on your cell phones too. I just find it's a lot nicer, since I have it, to use my iPad. It's a lot bigger screen, and I can follow it a lot easier when we're out on the trails. So look for us on Gaia Maps as well. We have an account set up on there, so we share our trails and stuff on there, and I'll try and put a link in the YouTube channel for that as well, so you guys can look us up there and see where we've been and check us out and see where we're heading to next. So for now, if you liked what you saw and you enjoy what we're doing, give us a like and subscribe to us. For now, that's it from Skinner's Outdoor Adventures. See you on the next trip.